Hello there, you're welcome to the Power Circuits, proudly brought to you by the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN. I am Amara Agugoesi. This special edition brings to you a review of the activities of TCN and the entire power sector in the last 6 months of this year, 2024. We will be looking at the progress from the Minister's desk, the key milestone achievements by the management of TCN, commissioned projects, TCN collaboration with critical partners at the company. TCN also worked to tackle the challenges with asset vandalism, encroachment of right-of-way of power lines, as well as excavation activities near power transmission assets. I am glad you're here with us to showcase this review. From the Minister's desk, the year 2024 began on a strong footing with renewed commitment from the Minister of Power, Chief Adebayo Adelabu. Let's get you through some of the Minister's activities in the first half of the year.
In January, Chief Adelabu stated that having worked with the key players in the power sector value chain to improve power supply during the Yuletide, the government is committing to leveraging the milestone in the new year. The power sector helmsman said with a well-documented implementation plan in place, it's now time to take decisive action targeted at enhancing distribution and transmission infrastructure. The commitment of the federal government of Nigeria towards increasing electricity transmission capacity got more boost as the Minister of Power inspected transmission facilities and ongoing projects in Oyo State. The minister was accompanied by the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, Engineer Dr. Sule Ahmed Abdulaziz, and the management team of TCN, Osogbo Region. They inspected the 330-132 33 kV IED transmission substation in Ibadan, the newly energized 1x60 MVA 132 33 kV Oyo transmission substation in Oluewu in Oyo Town, and the ongoing construction of the 132 33 kV Ogbomosho transmission substation project. The national grid would get a major boost of 30 megawatts from the Kashimbila hydropower plant in Taraba State upon completion of the evacuation line. The Minister of Power, Chief Adebayo Adelabu, inspected the 40 megawatts power plant and a 56-kilometer stretch of 132 kV power transmission line from Yandev to Makurdi in Benue State. In February, the Minister of Power held a press briefing on his activities and noted that the federal government has taken more initiatives to improve the performance of the power sector. The Minister of Power, Chief Adebayo Adelabu, visited Lagos to inspect some mobile substations ready for deployment to areas where they will be most useful in the transmission network. The minister began his activities in the second quarter, precisely in April, with a ministerial briefing on the state of the power sector. He stated that as the power sector undergoes the needed critical reforms, there was need for the stakeholders in the sector and Nigerians to cooperate towards reaping the benefits by way of improving electricity supply. We all want to see the power sector grow, and that is not just it. Every Nigerian wants to have improved access to quality and stable electricity supply. To achieve this, the Minister of Power, Chief Adebayo Adelabu, has called for the support of the National Assembly during a visit of the Senate Committee on Power on Oversight to the Federal Ministry of Power Headquarters, Power House, Abuja. As President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration clocked a year, the Minister of Power, Chief Adebayo Adelabu, joined his colleagues to announce the key milestones in the power sector. A ministerial press briefing was organized in Abuja where Adelabu presented the scorecard.
The review of the first half of the year for the power sector continues right after this timeout.
The Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, transmits bulk electricity from power generating companies, GenCos, distribution load centers of distribution companies, DISCOs, nationwide. At TCN, we transport bulk electricity at very high voltage to DISCOs, who now off-take it and distributes it directly to electricity customers nationwide. TCN does not generate electricity. We transport the quantum of power generated to distribution load centers. TCN does not distribute electricity directly to electricity consumers. Our job stops where that of the DISCOs begin. TCN, transmitting bulk electricity in the most efficient and effective manner.
For the management of the Transmission Company of Nigeria (TCN), reform is a crucial goal that it has continued to set. There were lots of innovative reforms and training for staff that were poised to improve its operations during the first half of the year.
The complete implementation of an ongoing World Bank-supported supervisory control and data acquisition project by TCN is bound to enhance grid stability and promote efficient electricity supply. Earlier in the first half of the year, the Principal Manager, World Bank Project Implementation Unit of TCN, Engineer Tombara Egeku, provided details of this ongoing project. The company also got a boost by the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration following the appointment of 4 executive directors. The previous executive directors had exited TCN upon expiration of their tenure. Providing quality service is the soul of any thriving business. TCN is still in the business of adhering to the best practice of service delivery in the Nigerian power sector. With this in mind, the company has continually sensitized its members of staff on the Service Level Agreement (SLA). It is a game-changing innovation that is meant to ensure all operators in the power sector optimize their performance. There was one of such sensitization sessions that TCN held for the staff of Kaduna Electric this year. The best way to deliver quality service is to continuously improve performance targets, and that was why the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, inaugurated a committee 2 months ago to coordinate the implementation of its performance improvement plan. The quest to enhance the national electricity grid made TCN to deploy a smart digital solution which is called the Generation Deep Loss Detection System (GLDS). That was the latest digital solution to be deployed by TCN engineers after the earlier launch of the Internet of Things (IoT). Based on the key reforms on the national grid, there has been a positive trend in the Nigerian electricity supply industry (NESI). Statistics show improved grid stability, following a decline of grid disturbances by 76.47% in the last 5 years. Training and retraining are vital in promoting an excellent working culture, which is the goal of every organization. TCN takes training seriously and has conducted several this year. It trained some of the staffers on expediting procedures to improve the capacity of the finance professionals in document processing for shipping power transmission equipment. To boost mental capacity of staff, TCN has a routine sporting and physical fitness calendar. It's considered adding the game of Scrabble to this line of activities after hosting the Nigerian Scrabble Federation team recently.
In the aspect of power transmission project delivery, the management of the Transmission Company of Nigeria (TCN) did not leave any stone unturned, working hard to ensure that projects are delivered and done in a timely manner.
Starting the year, TCN commissioned a brand new 60 MVA power transformer at the Ojo substation in Lagos. A principal manager system operations at the substation, Engineer Ogechi Onyishi, said the additional equipment transformed the bulk power delivery capacity of the facility. The Port Harcourt region of TCN took delivery of a new 60 MVA power transformer and its accessories at the Rumosi 132 33 kV transmission substation in Port Harcourt, Rivers State. It increased the capacity of the substation to 165 MVA with more bulk power for the Port Harcourt Electricity Distribution Company. Another 60 MVA power transformer and their accessories was delivered to the 132 33 kV Port Harcourt main transmission substation in Port Harcourt town. Adding a power transformer to the electricity grid often means more capacity to deliver bulk electricity for onward supply to end users. The management of TCN is ensuring that every substation gains more than the required capacity to allow for spare capacity. And so, at the Lagos region, TCN delivered 7 power transformers for installation across substations. The substations include the 330 132 kV Akomwa substation, the 132 33 kV Maryland, Alausa, Itire, Akoka, and Amuo Odofin substations. TCN further commissioned 2 power transformers in the Benin region. TCN engineers installed 100 MVA power transformer at the 132 33 kV Ihovo Work Center in Edo State and a 60 MVA power transformer at the 132 33 kV Amukpe transmission substation in Sapele, Delta State. And in Bauchi region, TCN delivered a new 150 MVA power transformer at the new 330 132 33 kV Bauchi transmission substation in Bauchi State. In February, the Lagos region of TCN commissioned 2 newly installed 100 by 125 MVA power transformers at the 330 132 33 kV Alagbon transmission substation. The FGM Power Company, in collaboration with the Transmission Company of Nigeria (TCN), raised power transmission capacity with a new 60 MVA power transformer at the Okene substation in Kogi State. The minister, who was at the commissioning ceremony, said 4 power transformers were simultaneously commissioned at 4 other substations. The Executive Director, Transmission Service Provider at TCN, Engineer Oluwagbenga Ajiboye, said the intervention of the Presidential Power Initiative was remarkable. In the Osogbo region of TCN, the company replaced all sets of electromechanical relays and protection panels with new electric panels on all 6 lines at the 330 132 33 kV Osogbo transmission substation in Osun State. This was in the first quarter of the year. Maintenance is the lubricant to effective operation of machines and equipment. The 132 kV Apo transmission substation in Abuja got routine maintenance exercise too. One thing you should know about power transformer installation projects is that they are meant to increase the capacity of transmission substations to deliver more bulk power to the distribution companies so they can offtake more electricity to consumers within their franchise area. Please go through this and see the efforts of TCN to improve electricity delivery in your locality through your DISCO. Continuing on its quest to deliver more capacity, TCN delivered a 60 MVA power transformer to the 132 33 kV E2 transmission substation in the first half of the year. In April 2024, the 132 33 kV section of the Lorin transmission substation in Kwara State took a new shape with the installation of a brand new 100 MVA power transformer by TCN. And away from Ilorin, the 132 33 kV section of the Jora transmission substation in Lagos State had a newly installed 100 MVA power transformer commissioned. Also in Ogun State, the TCN Lagos region successfully commissioned a new 100 MVA power transformer at the 132 33 kV Ota transmission substation. In boosting project delivery, the Kaduna region of TCN built a subcentral store where power transmission equipment and accessories cleared from the ports will be stored for projects across substations under the region. In Aja, a developing hub in Lagos, TCN commissioned a mobile transformer which has brought great relief to the existing power transformer at the Aja substation in Lagos, according to the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the Transmission Company of Nigeria (TCN), Engineer Dr. Sule Ahmed Abdulaziz.
The new transformer will supply Eco by 4 number feeders. It will supply electricity to Ikate, Ilasan, BGC Eleganza 1 and 2, Lakeview 1 and 2, Mano Garden, Orchard Road, and Embarrass. These are the people that are going to be supplied by this new transformer. The addition and commissioning of this global transformer has relieved the almost overloaded existing TR1 60 MVA in this substation. With this, it will improve the overall power wheeling capacity of Ajah substation.
The 132 33 kV Jebba transmission substation was enhanced with commissioning of a 63 MVA mobile substation in May 2024. The project was delivered under the Presidential Power Initiative being spearheaded by FGM Power Company. Delivering quality services matters, but delivering that service in a timely and appropriate manner is of great importance. So, TCN demonstrated this by proactively replacing a circuit breaker protecting the Oshogbo Ile-Ife to Ondo 132 kV transmission line between Osun and Ondo states. Keeping to its leadership pathway, the management of TCN authorized a capacity expansion activity where engineers have installed and commissioned a brand new 100 MVA power transformer at the 132 33 kV Central Area Transmission Substation in Abuja. From Abuja, we went to Enugu State, where we witnessed the commissioning of a 75 MVA power transformer at the 132 33 kV TCN Oji River Transmission Substation. Here is the highlight of other projects TCN delivered during the first half of the year.
Collaboration is said to be a driver of goodwill. As one learns to collaborate with other stakeholders, projects get delivered faster and easier. TCN makes it a priority to always team up with critical stakeholders.
TCN began its collaboration this year with the hosting of the officials of the FGM Power Company and Siemens Energy. This was in furtherance of the bilateral acceleration agreement for the Presidential Power Initiative signed at the COP28 event in the United Arab Emirates last year. The Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of TCN, Engineer Dr. Sule Ahmed Abdulaziz, said the new scope of projects will target key load centers across the country. As the management of TCN continues its collaboration with the states towards improving bulk electricity transmission, the company received the Governor of Osun State, Senator Ademola Adeleke, in the first quarter of this year. The Governor urged TCN to expedite action to speedily complete the ongoing construction of a new transmission substation in Ede, Osun State. Proving to be on top of its game in expanding Nigeria's national grid, the company moved to work with a team from Huawei Technology Limited to define and validate the scope of work and the responsibility matrix for the first phase of the power grid enhancement and digitization project for TCN. In the quest to maintain a robust collaboration with its direct customers, which are the distribution companies, the Abuja region of TCN held 2 interface meetings with a team at the Abuja Electricity Distribution Company, AEDC. As the first quarter drew to an end, still pushed further on collaborations. Members of the House Committee on Delegated Legislation were at the TCN headquarters to understudy the company's operations, challenges, and likely areas of intervention. The committee members were led by the chairman, Right Honorable Olufemi Richard Bamisile. The Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of TCN, Engineer Dr. Sule Ahmed Abdulaziz, was on ground to receive the lawmakers. One of the best ways to learn is through hands-on experience. The other way is to experience the work being done by experts in the relevant field of human endeavor. In this regard, the Nigerian Defense Academy led some of its cadets on a courtesy visit to TCN to have a first view of what electricity transmission entails. Sticking to its plans of enhancing the national electricity grid, the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, Engineer Dr. Sule Ahmed Abdulaziz, in April assured the company is delivering scores of power transmission projects that will significantly transform the grid. Engineer Abdulaziz, who received the Senate Committee on Power on an oversight visit, sought the support of the National Assembly on implementing this. Close to the end of the half year, a coalition of the civil service organizations in Nigeria toured the facilities and ongoing projects of the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, within the Federal Capital Territory. After the tour, they rated the company high on performance. In line with the commitment to enriching collaborative actions by the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, the leadership of the company received members of the Energy Policy Committee of the Kano State Government. The parties discussed issues of mutual interest, including collaborations to address cases of right-of-way violations for TCN installations. It was the turn of the Enugu State Government in the collaboration program of TCN. The TCN management received a delegation from the Enugu State Government at the TCN headquarters, Abuja, where the participants deliberated on expediting the execution of the Ugwaji Nenwe Mpo transmission line project in the state.
The first half of the year was not without challenges for the company. TCN battled issues of encroachment of the transmission lines right-of-way as well as soil excavation near power transmission facilities.
The Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, is worried about the rising cases of vandalism and sabotage of power transmission assets. The team at the Gwagwalada sub-region of TCN were jolted to an incident when a major 330 kV power transmission line, wheeling power to Abuja, the nation's capital, tripped off. In the Port Harcourt region of TCN, an act of vandalism was recorded with enormous damage to a power line. In the Northeast region, there have been also several reports of vandalism of power transmission assets. The encroachment of the right-of-way of TCN power transmission lines was observed in some areas in the Enugu region. A team of TCN officials inspected some of the power transmission lines right-of-way in Enugu and Anambra State, where heavy encroachment of these power lines continued unabated.
Progress is evaluated upon the impact of the milestones delivered. At the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, the goal is to continue to record these critical steps towards enhancing the national transmission system. So, the management still has a wide array of plans that are being executed to further deliver on the power transmission mandate. Watch out for more actions and deliverables in line with the TCN master plan in the next half of the year. The Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, appreciates your support as you join in the surveillance and strategic actions against vandals of power transmission assets. We promise to make the second half of the year more exciting for you with informative reports from the power sector. Amara Agugoesi saying bye.